You gotta love these new Matt Cardona figures with real wrestling action. The Deathmatch King takes on all comers.
How'd that taste?
Match the indie god against the biggest and baddest in your toy collection.
Radio silence will demolish him.
Cardona slams him again. Make any match a death match with these hardcore accessories.
Need a light, bro? It's slime time.
Deathmatch Busters Matt Cardona action figures. So close to the real thing, it's like being in the ring.
Deathmatch Busted makes me feel good.
Hey everybody, Jason here, and welcome to another installment of this year's Ghostbusters News Halloween Countdown. And if you couldn't tell by the intro, today we're going to be taking an early look at these brand new Matt Cardona Deathmatch Busters action figures. And there are three to trap, with these collectibles being based not only on the indie god, but also paying homage to Kenner's The Real Ghostbusters toy line. And first up, we're going to start with the standard release of this Deathmatch Buster. And this card art, it does not hold back on the caution striping. I love that big, bold yellow lettering, that cartoon take on Cardona himself with fluorescent light tube in hand, and a word bubble that reads, "All Hell the Deathmatch King." And then on the back of the card, we don't have images of other figures in the line. Instead, just a better look at that animated take on the indie god. Now I should make note here that these releases, they do in one area differ greatly from other action figures released under the Major banner. As while things like Major Bendies and Big Rubber Guys, they have collector-friendly resealable packages, these Deathmatch Busters, they don't. And I know some of you may have mixed feelings on that, but I know that Cardona, he wanted these figures as close as possible to those OG RGB figures. And that includes not just the toys themselves, but also the packaging. And you know me, I'm typically an out-of-box collector, so let me go ahead and let them breathe. So, very much matching those old Kenner classics, the detail here has been kept somewhat simplistic. I mean, the face, it does look like the Deathmatch King, or should I say, how the indie god would have looked on a Toys R Us shelf circa 1988. He's got his dark hair, dark beard, maybe even a darker tan? And then there is his ring gear, or uniform, which matches what he wore at GCW Homecoming 2023 when he tagged with Steph DeLander against Nick Gage and Maki Ito. This includes the gray elbow pads, black gloves, wrist tape, there's the Cardona name tag on the chest, and then on the back, the Deathmatch Busters initial logo that features Nick Gage. Also, articulation is exactly what you'd expect here. The head turns left to right, and the arms and legs, they move up and down. And instead of being packaged with an unlicensed nuclear accelerator, as it was made apparent on the card art here, this take on Cardona, he comes with a fluorescent light tube, which fits easily into either hand. And with that weapon now in hand, this Deathmatch Buster is now ready to dish out some deathmatch violence. Now that figure, it was Matt Cardona at the beginning of that match at GCW Homecoming 2023. But maybe you want a rendition of him, post-match, where he's all bloody. Well, this right here is that bloody variant, which should be made pretty apparent by the blood-soaked card art. As well, that blood, it's not only on the card and on the action figure, but also the included light tube. And spoiler alert, among the three different figures, this is likely my favorite. For the most part, lots of those aforementioned details, they stay the same, with the only real change here being the addition of all that blood. And I mean, it's everywhere. It's on his head, chest, arms, legs, and much like before, that light tube, it will fit in either hand. And then rounding out this triple threat, it's slime time with this ectoplasmic variant, with slime appearing to be splashed on the back of the card. And it also swaps that light tube with a green barbed wire baseball bat. And this one, again, for the most part, it's similar to what we've seen here before. And right here, Cardona does have his ectoplasmic barbed wire baseball bat in hand, which he actually did use during last year's TNA Bound for Glory event. And in that match, Cardona, he took on PCO, or as I prefer to remember him, Pierre, one half of the Quebecers. Anyways, for that TNA Brawl, Cardona, he redid the Deathmatch Busters logo to feature PCO. And this figure, it does replicate that. And here they all are. Forget Venkman, Stance, Spengler, and Zeddemore. Here we've got Cardona, Cardona, and Cardona. But for comparison's sake, here are the Deathmatch Busters next to some of those real Ghostbusters figures, just to give you a better sense of scale, as well how closely they match up. Now if you'd like to trap these figures for your wrestling or Ghostbusters action figure collection, they are now in stock, available exclusively from MattCardonaShop.com. We've got that direct purchase link down below in this video's description. And who knows, maybe if these sell well, we'll get more. How about a spring-loaded Fright Features Matt Cardona? What about an Ecto-Glow variant? I've got an itch. So that does it for this one. As always, subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is also down below. And we'll see you right back here next time as the Ghostbusters News Halloween Countdown continues.
What do you do when the ghosts have been busted? Visit the source, university trusted. Find out how to lose the Ghostbusters blues. The source, of course, is Ghostbusters News.
Honey, wake up. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That?
What is that?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
I'm so tired of this. We gotta call somebody who can help us.
I know, but who are we gonna call?